Heyo, Ben here, and this is going to be my first look at the... Oh wait, that's actually polling within 10. This is going to be my first look at this year's presidential election. Basically, I looked at states that were within 10% the previous cycle, as well as states that are currently polling within 10%, from what I can see. I believe Oregon was actually within 10. Okay. So, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to fill this in according to the polls I could find. And looking at what Arizona, where's Nevada? I believe Nevada was here. The most recent Colorado one I could find was here, and those were also Virginia. I don't know. This is what I'm finding. This is within the margin of error. What was the Michigan one? No good recent data, but it was there. Wisconsin was... Oh yeah, Minnesota. That was that. That was that. That was that, but that was within the margin of error, and I believe that was that, and that was that. Okay, so that's what the current map looks like according to the most recent polls I could find. Which Democrats are like, okay, fair enough, but you're not winning Ohio. They'd even claim that they're not winning, that the Republicans wouldn't even win North Carolina. There's even a chance that they think that's not happening. But, yeah. And that's what they think might happen. But, like I said, recent polling suggests this is the case, and it's a lot more competitive because all of a sudden this Rust Belt strategy works. Okay, so states I think, and let me put it this way, I am totally against Clinton in this. States I think could flip by the end of this: Colorado, Nevada, Ohio, Michigan, Pennsylvania, Iowa, Florida, Virginia, and New Hampshire. This looks a lot like a lot of people's swing state map, except Democrats are saying no, and no. And they're also going to say no, no, and no. And that basically means pick them and Democrats win. But again, let's assume, and here's what I'm going to say. I'm going to assume that what I'm going to call the Rust Belt strategy is successful. I don't think Trump's actually going to wind up winning Colorado. He could. But I think the Rust Belt strategy is going to be successful. Or at least partially successful. He's going to flip Pennsylvania. I don't think he's going to get Michigan. And he's also going to take over Florida and Virginia. Virginia, maybe not. But it doesn't matter. So we're just going to give him Virginia. Michigan probably won't. Iowa, I think he'll be able to flip that as well. And New Hampshire is actually currently within the margin of error. And that's from the public policy people. So they're exceedingly biased towards liberals. So if we wanted to try and eliminate some of the bias, like take off 3 percentage points from them, all of a sudden you could see a map like this happening. But then you've got less biased maps showing that HRC does lead in some of these places. Like I said, I think the Rust Belt strategy is going to be somewhat successful. I don't think it's going to be completely successful. Ohio and Pennsylvania are, of course, the big ones to flip. Now, it's not outside the realm of possibility to flip New York. Connecticut is actually polling within 10%, so that could flip. And New Hampshire could flip. Of course, then again, if those flip, Michigan's going to flip, Wisconsin's going to flip, Minnesota's going to flip. So let's be somewhat realistic here. And this is probably the map that I'm looking at as being the final map, because I think Pennsylvania is going to go red this year. Virginia and Florida as well. Colorado and Iowa, those can go blue. It doesn't matter. But there's a chance. Iowa's currently blue at the moment. But Colorado, the most recent poll I found, showed it red, so I'm going to leave it red. And of course, this is where the biggest gains are. Is, of course, in the Rust Belt. Right here. All that manufacturing up near the Great Lakes. And again, New York could flip. Michigan could flip. I don't think they will, but it's not outside the realm of possibility. So this is basically what my current prediction is. Virginia also could flip. It's too close to call. Ohio, Pennsylvania, Florida have been trending towards Trump. So that's where I think those trends will continue. So there's that. Anyway, thank you, and see you again in a little bit when I update this in a few weeks.